Hello. How about now? Cool. All right. Welcome to the demo for what I believe is Sprint 11 of the preservation team's work. I saw a Sprint 9 demo on the YouTube channel and not a Sprint 10, but the Sprint 9 was from before break. So let's see. The highlights for this work for this sprint are that we are putting the finishing touches on the catalog to Moab check, C2M. It's been run against many of the storage routes on stage, and we've got some stats in the wiki for that, which you can see here. I will post the notes somewhere later with links and stuff. We were able to leverage a lot of the existing update and result reporting code by way of some judicious refactoring of preserved object handler, preserved copy, and audit results, which used to be preserved object handler results. And we currently have 14 open catalog to Moab issues and 30 closed issues. So we've made a lot of progress. We don't have too much left. A lot of the things are small cleanup and kind of finishing polish. I can do a quick demo that shows some bug fixing that we did for workflow error reporting results in general, and that shows C2M running. So you'll see here in my terminal that I updated an object on my local instance to have the wrong version. The fixture actually has version 3. So I set the catalog to version 4. This is an error that would be pretty unexpected and that we want to report if the catalog version is ahead of what we see on disk. So if I run the C2M check, it will chug along for a second. And then we can look quickly at the logs, and you will see an error here about the actual version having an unexpected relationship to preserved copy. But then also, we can go over to Argo, reindex just to make sure that it's got the latest data, and look at the preservation audit workflow. And you'll see at 1037, which was just now, we encountered an unexpected version. The bug fix that this is showing is that we noticed when we ran M2C against prod, the one error that we expected wasn't getting reported, and it was because we were not escaping HTML properly. But we dealt with that, and we added some tests to catch problems with that, regressions. And you can find stats for the M2C run in the wiki also. Yeah, so in running it, we fixed that error. I guess the one thing that we have not done there is set up a cron job to run the task regularly, but it is easily runnable by rake task now. So I think that's kind of the later future deployment sort of thing, is get it to run on a regular basis and figure out what schedule we want to run it on. And then I will just I'm not going to go through all of this in detail, but just to show kind of some of the pull requests that we've closed since the last demo. We've done a bunch of catalog to Moab implementation. We started in on checksum validation. We've kind of removed some duplicate code or some duplicate error codes, status codes, and we have stubbed out kind of the foundation of the rake tasks and the and the instance methods for dealing with checksum validation on the preservation catalog side. And then we did a bunch of refactoring, bug fixing, and cleanup, which, as mentioned before, we think contributed pretty significantly to the catalog to Moab implementation, since we were able to reuse parts of the things that we had written for the Moab to catalog check. I guess the one other kind of high-level thing that I wanted to mention is Lynn has created some console documentation that shows how to clean up workflow errors and how to generally remediate workflow data, which was pretty useful for us, since we were kind of churning on that while we were testing error reporting to workflows for objects that we were checking in MTC and in C2M. I believe that concludes the Sprint 11 demo. Tune in next time when we hope to have kind of a more thorough demo of the finished polished C2M with results for hopefully all of the storage routes up in the wiki, and more significant progress on the checksum validation code.